Hello everyone, hope everyone is doing good. So here is my summary of the interviews that I did to the teachers. So the teachers that I interviewed were Olga Concepcion from Fremont, Michigan, Robert Baker from Sacramento, California, and Dinah Pereira from Holland, Michigan. When asked the first question, they all agree that technology in their teaching really helps them. But the one that I really liked was Robert when he said that I feel technology provides a more efficient and convenient way of teaching, which I think that's what we want to achieve with our learning. The response was very similar because they all believe that their technology used in the classroom can help the students, can help the lesson to get carried through. But also, as Ulda was saying, it can go both ways. It can hinder if it's used out of proportion. When I asked them about the ways that they will address the dangers of misuse of technology, Ulda mentioned that she will check with her students how much time are they spending in technology and encourage them to reduce it. Also, to involve parents. They are the ones that need to start this at home. Controlling the amount of time they spend on these devices. Also, these teachers, like a lot of technological activities and software. Some of the ones that they mentioned was Seesaw, also Quizlet, PowerPoint, Duolingo, and Raskids. With Seesaw, it's a good way to communicate not only with the students in the classroom if you do any assessments, but also with the parents, and the parents can see the results of those assessments. Quizlet, helps you to do quizzes a more interactive way. PowerPoint presentation, just prepare something nice for the students to see instead of just reading from a book. Also Duolingo when you have a Spanish class or any type of language that you're teaching, and also Raskids, which helps with reading and in a more interactive and fun way where kids get points and can play games with those points. None of the teachers that I interview use technology to assess the students, but definitely they use technology to communicate with parents. They use email, they use a Facebook group, or some of them they have a blog and or a program which it was mentioned by Robert Baker of called PowerSchool, where parents can see those updates as soon as they're posted. One of the fears that they all had in common was the fact of technology being used way too much, that students will become dependent on them and also will affect some of the basic skills that you learn in school without technology. And lastly, when I asked them, what do they wish to have in their classroom, a lot of them, would like to have more technological devices, more softwares that will help them to get their classroom better. It's all going to depend either, the school have the money to buy all that technology, which is something very major in a lot of schools. A lot of schools don't have the technological devices or softwares just because they don't have the money. But it's something that, they are shooting for, something that these teachers want to use. So the lesson plan that I got for us from Robert Baker, a teacher in Sacramento, California. And the lesson plan is very detailed in my opinion, with their objectives, what he needs to do, what they have to do as a group, and what they need to work on. As we see here in the lesson plan, he is using, and probably the students as well, a laptop and computer, a projector for his class. He's going to be teaching about matter and introducing on Wednesday that topic. And according to the ISTE, Standard for Educators, I can see that he's achieving the category of learning and facilitator, because students will be learning the topic discussed in class, and also he uses other media to explain the topic, because gonna be using PowerPoint. He's gonna use the Bill Nye video. Also, they'll be able to do a survey, through a QR code. um Also, I see over here that they will be able to look at videos on YouTube and stuff like that. The suggestions I have for this lesson plan is that probably instead of giving handouts or worksheets for them to work at home, probably just to make it more interactive, probably do the work in the classroom. Also have students research on their own with technology and do the work with technology. At the same time, it also depends, how much technology you have in the classroom, and if they have access at home. So, it's a lot to think about over here, because even though with good intention of using the technology and do all these great ideas, so all these activities, but what it's going to affect is the fact of whether the students have easy access to that type of technology in the classroom or at home. Lastly, if I create a lesson plan and want to implement the technology, I think some of the things that we have to consider kind of on a checklist is, how am I going to teach the positive and the dangerous areas of this technology? Is it going to benefit or hinder my lesson? How can I keep it from becoming a distraction, which we know a lot of the times, as good as our intentions are in implementing technology in our classroom, sometimes it becomes a distraction for the student. Also, is the technology age appropriate? And lastly, what technology software are interactive and fun for my students? Something that I have experienced, and to take the most out of technologies, let them work, let them use it, monitor and show them how to use it properly. Also, to find programs where it's not only educational, but it's fun for them, it's interactive. For example, one of the programs that I found very interesting, and I discovered a couple months ago, almost at the end of the school year, was called Prodigy. Program where students will be practicing their math facts, but also in the form of an RPG game. For those that are video gamers, this is something that attracts them and helps with their math. You know how math in our classrooms have a really bad reputation, but for them, in order to be able to fight monsters to get a treasure, they need to answer math questions. If they don't get it right, they don't get what they want. And not only it's implementing the entertainment from what they're used to, but also the educational part. Really, this project has been really great, and I thank for all the teachers that helped me to make it happen. So have a good night, guys.